for the test.
No, now after the test, now when you told me that I passed, my friend went with me because she's my tutor. So she sat at the back. And she has gone with me before this month that I failed on 4th of November. I thought I had three serious falls. When I had got there again yesterday, still the same person that took me on that day.
Exactly. That was the same person that
I
yeah.
told you know what? I told that lady, I said they do it intentionally. She doesn't believe it. But
And I
I
don't
feel
know
that
why they
lady,
do it because that was the
I
same
feel
person.
like I feel like they do it because that person is in the best position to know if your driving has now improved to the point of passing you
Yeah,
or not.
because at the end of the day,
But I was not.
if they bring a new person, they don't know if
Mm-hmm.
there might be that clash. Oh no, she couldn't have passed.
So the last two tests that so I did five. This person that passed me was the very first person that passed me, but he is very fair.
Five
So
drive.
I can.
You said you were rushing and be booking. You were rushing and
It's not
booking.
rushing and booking. I've explained to you because when in my first year I didn't do anything like it's not. You have 2 years window.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell people now, not to be in that position. But it's not that I did it intentionally. I was looking for tutor in Greensbury and I didn't get. And if I had known, I would have bought my car then because a lot of times when you have your car, you can. The tutor that even now help me to really learn, in my opinion, is my friend and one person that I got from next door. So I just put it there that I was looking for a tutor. Do you get?
Yeah.
So the person now came. So it's better to have your car. This year is when I will now. And unfortunately, it's a short window. If you have like a year and you're not, I mean, you're not the type that will pass once. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're under pressure because I was trying not to shall do it so that I will not have to do a second one.
Don't you think
I
that
mean,
this what you're talking about is even in line with our topic today, dealing with rejection and disappointment? Because at the
uh,
end of the day, at the end of the day, it goes.
I dealt with disappointment, but let me tell you one person, God bless him, that made me continue. I entered the bus of that person because I was always feeling sad after I paper test. And I said that he did it 7 times. He said so. He said he
he
did it
he
seven
did
times.
driving test the
That
practical 7 times. There are some people
yes.
that did 10 times. I know when before I passed mine, I know someone who said that he did like 10 times. See,
So when somebody said, "Oh, you are I mean, somebody told me, oh, the Gen Z by they are just passing it on." That's why it doesn't matter. And another thing is you doing it and failing. Also, it improves your driving because every
yeah,
time you go back to practice, you get stronger. It's not like someone like you, though. You have been driving before you started driving. For me, I complied with all the rules. Actually, that was one of the main problems. I complied with all the rules. Not once would you see me carry my car outside without someone sitting beside me, a tutor, which means that I wasn't getting in. And I want to that's why I appreciate my one of my colleagues. That's the person whose house I'm staying. This place I'm staying
mm-hmm.
is an in-law. I mean, like it's an in-law to my colleague that knows the husband, the person that owns the house
Mm.
is like the mom of one of my colleagues' partner. So she even asked her husband to take me out for food like 5 times because I wasn't getting enough driving. You need that constant driving and being to be confident. That's for someone like me, which
Yeah,
I wasn't doing.
yeah.
But I did, and I wasn't the type that was going to pass with just once a week, learning from a tutor, which I didn't understand right from the onset. If I had known, I would have gotten my car very
So
early
what
last
did
year.
they do differently this time around?
And nothing they did differently now. And nothing they did differently. It's still, let me tell you something. When it's your day, it's just your day. It's
Yeah.
not as in my driving and improves drastically. That's why I wasn't okay. So between that November for and this November friends, I only got 2 lessons because I know the rules. It's just you being putting yourself more in that road situation and being able to react to things as
Mm.
they come. Do you understand? So I only got 2 lessons. But it's just that my last one, the tutor that sent me long messages. I know that I can pass my test, blah blah blah. Because it was looking like when we I never pass this test. I don't even tell. I only told two people also that I
Mm.
was going to do the test. The other person I told that I'm not because going back to tell people every time you feel it's not a big deal. So I don't. In short, it snowed the night I was going to do it. It snowed the night I was going to do it, and in the morning I was like, that is it not this kind of day that I even chose to do this test. And so I went there. Funny enough, I'll say the weather was not even fair. Because at the time we went there, the snow had
It was
fallen.
yesterday. Oh, I'm really happy for you. Oh, hey God, because for you to pass your practical test here is like, oh goodness. No, I'm just
And
lack of words.
so
I'm really happy for you.
those are me are very like are very calm. Like
Do
when
you
I
know?
even
Do you
ask
know?
you
For me, when I tried the first time, God goodness, I made a video of it. When I tried the first time, I think do you know I cried? I cried when they told me no, you didn't pass. I cried. I
you know
cried.
I'm even better than you. All the
I
four times
cried.
you've told me you did not pass,
No,
no tear came out of my eyes.
I
No tear
cried.
came out of my eyes. Because I tell myself why. Why will I cry? I will pay me, oh, don't let me lie to you. Even let me not lie to you. After a while, it's only 2 days they used to you pay
And
me
you know
very
what?
well.
You know why my own pained me? Because I would say it pained me. The reason why mine pained me was I did all the tests. So when we started off very well. And it's just like a junction. The junction isn't a junction. You know those kind of mini roundabout where they will just put a circle in between that you need to look. But this one that was nothing like that. It was just like a very tiny thing, and there's no road to the right. It's just like a T junction. There's a road crossing this way, and then like this, just like a T junction. And for me, I was coming from this direction that I'm sitting. When I got there, I just looked to the left and then there's no one there. Drove.
You
Then my
look to the left
exam,
or the okay,
I
you look
looked left.
like you normally would leave would look if there was no roundabout, right?
No,
But because it was
if there is like a normal big roundabout and all of that, you need to look
and you know it's right,
you need
you're
to
right.
actually, yeah, right. But then when I got there, there's no this other way is just bush. It's just bush. Like there's no road that way. It's
Yeah,
just a
so
T
I understand
junction.
what you are saying. So you look that's what I'm saying that so instead
So
of
at this
looking
this
right,
one this one now I need to look left, but by right, since I'm on the right way, you always look your right. So anyone emerging from this side would actually look towards where I was coming from. Right. Except those who are
yeah, I
coming,
understand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I understand what you are saying.
yeah,
That because
except those who are
now
coming from
so
where I'm coming from, who would also wait for me to pass. Because I am just the person on
but
the
there is
is
no
I
road.
have the right
There is
of
no
way.
road on there is
No,
no road on the right.
no, there's no road on the right. So I have the right to. That's why I felt like that was bias. I felt that, and that was why, like, so when I got there, the other person, like, there was no car either. But obviously, when I got there, I slowed down. There was nobody coming out from anywhere. I moved. Immediately, I moved. I passed that junction. My examiner said, wait a minute. You didn't look left. Hmm? What do you mean? Look
Oh,
left. I was like, I did. He said I didn't. I said, okay. Maybe it wasn't obvious for you to see, but I did. He said, no, that was supposed to actually slow down and look. I was like, but I did. God have mercy, Carol. My dad was at home. He didn't say anything again. Oh. And this one still took me to all the different routes. You start off with your sat nav. From your sat nav, you start driving like the usual drive.
oh,
So we started off with the sat nav, and then just by after you finish your sat nav, he started directing me with word of mouth. Was that the same for you?
Yeah, that's the way you
Yeah.
first start to start.
So that was what happened. So if you feel that you didn't want to pass me, you wanted to fail me, you should have just stopped it at that point. But
Oh, they will
that
not
didn't
stop it. That
happen.
oh, wait. Let me tell you my own last test. You will laugh. I failed the test like 5 minutes when I started driving. I didn't even know that I had failed the test. So there was a truck in front of me. He said that the way I overtook the truck, fine, I overtook the truck. He said I left short distance between myself and this truck. He said I overtook in a way that was unsafe. That was the first mistake that I made.
Yeah.
Then there was a place, one way road. He said I should turn right. So when I wanted to turn right, there was a car on the right. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Which made me now use
Hi,
left.
Madam Mega. Welcome. Yeah, go ahead.
Now made me use the left lane to turn. Do you understand? Like there was a car parked to the place where I was supposed to turn to.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to use the left. But I now spent more time on that left lane. So he marked me for position. Then he said we got to one roundabout that instead of me, I don't even know if it's roundabout or no. Where it's a mini roundabout too. So I signaled to turn right. I was not doing it as if I was in like a normal roundabout. Like I signaled to turn right, then now again press. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Press that into the place where I was going to. And I said I wasn't close to the middle of the roundabout, so I confused the bus that was coming. So that was another. Basically,
I think if
I don't.
when if you're going right, you need to roundabouts when you're going right from you need to actually position. The only time you be on the left is if you're taking the first exit.
Indicated right. Well, he said the way I entered, like I wasn't close to the inner of the roundabout. The way it was, that it would have been better if I was close to the inner. And then that's not just enough. And I'm confused the person. Instead of me to leave just signal right because it's mainly roundabout. And now signaled again as if I was going to turn into the way you would do for normal roundabout.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, whatever. I failed from the beginning. In my mind, I'm like,
Say it from the
this man, I
beginning.
know.
No. Say
And I
it from
still
the
did. Yes,
beginning.
I failed almost like 5 minutes into the test, because the place where he first gave me serious fault, it was just like you came out of the test center coming to
See, as you're talking, please help me and be tapping just because they said I cannot like myself.
oh, I
Please.
forgot that you need to tap. I always like to tap. So basically, I I failed the moment I got to the road. And it's not as if my driving is poor. You don't understand. You know that your driving has improved. But sometimes the condition will not, and then if you're also an anxious person like myself, sometimes it's really difficult. So
So honestly, I understand how you feel because for me, at the end of the day, immediately I left there, then we did all the whole rigorous, like all the different steps, all the different driving tests.
that's the
We
reason I'm
did
so okay for that.
everything.
It's not like they will stop you when you fail. No,
No,
you will still every
we
every
did
run.
everything, but my mind was still going to that. This man should not fail me. Oh. Until when we got back, and that was what he said. He said because of that junction that is going to fail that I was going to fail that driving test, the
Your
practical
own
that
will
day.
pain you a lot, but
My own
sometimes when
pained
I
me honestly because that was
most of the time,
clearly that was because if you analyze it, I feel that if he actually wanted to pass that test for me,
that
he
part,
would have passed me because that no, no,
that's why
because
that's why
that was
that
the
test is so.
exact thing that happened in that's just I don't even I can't call it it's not even a roundabout, but it's just like those many this thing, and that was the exact thing that happened. So I feel that that kind of scenario you have the power to say pass or fail because number one it's not like because he took me to the one of the A roads and even M roads and then
What are you saying?
I don't want to call it, you know those big M1, M2, M3, all those kind of roads,
The
and
last
the
test that I did too,
and the
this
one
one that I
A1,
passed,
A2,
I
A3.
checked.
I also took it all those massive roundabouts. I did everything perfectly well.
I did
So
them
that could have
same
let
way.
him know that I am good, you
You know
know?
that you are good at driving. I
Yes.
get what your point. You
Yes.
know this last one that I did. I don't know if it's because of timing, but before it was the inside drink, but between me and you, I prefer outside drink to inside drink. Because inside drink, as the road is changing to 20, I was asking you, the road is 20 to 30, they confuse me. But I'm better at it now. It's changed. But this last one, immediately. Instead of telling me, because before there's a way, if you are going to inside drink, they will first tell you to use the left exit or like go straight. I think it's go
And you
straight.
know one of the things,
But
yeah,
this time around, the sat nav now said go use the fourth exit.
that's what they
I'm like,
do.
where are we?
Sometimes the sat nav confuses you with right to left. When you're supposed to go left, it will tell you take the left, take the right.
Very
When you're
right. Let me
supposed to
tell
go right,
you where
take
you
the
want pass.
left.
Where you want pass, you go pass. I do not miss the direction of the sat nav once this time around. The funny thing is that I am not supposed to be missing the direction of the sat nav. In Nigeria, I was driving with sat nav because I don't know. I'm not gifted with knowing roads, so I depend on it a lot for movement. Do you understand?
Mm.
So, but once I do that test, I will miss it. But this time around, I didn't miss it this time. The moment he told me to turn to use the fourth roundabout, I'm like, God, where is he taking me to? I just saw it, the back, because that was where I failed the first one. As in the first serious fault I failed the very first time. That was on that road. I saw the map. I didn't do 70, but I did 60. It was black carriage, so I could do 70, but I did 60. I made sure that I was like doing like that 60 kind of 60.
Mm.
You understand? I didn't do 60. I did 60. And there was not a place. Zat now said I should use the left. But it wasn't like, it's just that was where I thought I had failed. Because I didn't use my indicator.
No, I think with the sat
Because
nav, like what my instructor told me when I was him, he took me for showing me like the passing skills and all. Part of the thing he told me is if you miss your junction, miss where you're going to, make sure you don't
you
just
can,
take last minute or dangerous move that would fail you. Rather, speak to them that you've missed your junction. What will you do? And that was my savior. Because this last test that I did, the second one that I passed, um, I think he was directing me with word of mouth. And when he told me further down that I should go right. So you know when they told whenever they tell you further down, just know that the further down is like you don't know if it's far or close by. So I had to. You can't also go very slow on that road because it's a 60 road. If I go very low, you tell me that is a dangerous driving because it's too slow for
yeah, that's
such road. So
that is very
I still need to maintain the normal speed. So by the time I got to the place he was talking about, because I wasn't using sat nav to know how to know the distance, and because I didn't know where the road is, so I was just riding the appropriate speed. So by the time I got to know where it was too close, you know. So one of my mom was telling me just navigate the ends. I said I beg, go, I beg. So I now told him, okay, I've missed it. What do I do? He said I should just keep driving. Keep driving. This man took me to another test route, so I ended up doing three test routes. Three.
uh-uh.
Because
Uh-uh.
now that road I was supposed to enter was supposed to take me back to the office, because
It's not
I
that
had done the sat nav. I had done the usual one that you would do with that they would direct you word of mouth. So we were actually supposed to start going back to their office, to the test center, before this happened. So when it happened, he had to not take me to another instead of it to take me to where we revise. So this man took me to another place. By the time I got back to the office, all the people that came that left with me, they were all back, you know. And it was the same man that took me the first one. And the first one as well, when he now told me about the that sorry, unfortunately I didn't pass. I was like, he said, yeah, because of this. I was like, but that was a clear. He didn't even wait for me to speak finish.
He was
He
he was
went off
on
my
board.
car and just left. Then
Him and she was on board.
the second time I was
Sorry.
supposed to do it, we are three people that came into the place, and then while we were all sitting and waiting, two examiners entered and picked two of them. I was like, where is mine? Look and behold, it was the same man that came. You know how you will
Mm,
clinch? That was how I clinched.
mm,
When he now entered, he said yes, he's going to. He just started doing all those their usual protocol and all of that. We went to the road, we did everything. Thankfully, even as he took me, even as I missed that junction, I went through. I went through other
mm.
places. There was no fault, because if there was a fault on that one again, that would have failed me. But I came back, and what I noticed is the kind of test he took me on parallel parking, and there's some other test that he took me the last time.
Parallel
Yeah,
parking.
this second time he didn't take
Parallel.
me. He didn't take me on those ones. The second time he took me on reverse parking, and he took me on different kind of. Because obviously he knows that
Reverse
I can do
parking.
those ones, so he wanted to test me
Yeah,
on these different skills. But again, at the end
yeah,
of the day, I passed it that time, the
yeah,
second
yeah,
time.
yeah. I've never had any. In short, the maneuver is always not difficult for me. Oh, sometimes I tell you, we might like it to do emergency stop. There was never any emergency stop. What
Ah,
they usually do?
they did though. They took me. Mine took me on emergency
What
stop like say it's butter and
what
bread
they
though.
usually do? What this in short, yeah. The only thing that is bad with me is that roundabouts are everywhere, so we can't even avoid it.
They will
But
just
the
tell
thing
you
is that
when it's safe to do so. You just go ahead and park.
that one, no, see, nobody. They would say it at the beginning, but I've never done an emergency stop.
I
In short,
did, I
I
did.
have driven, I have driven on the
My two driving tests, I did emergency. Thank goodness,
no
Lara.
emergency stop. Never. What they usually would do, which I understand with them, because most of the time, the things you need to know is act actually drive into a bay and reverse from a bay. That's what you do the most, like parking, actual parking, driving into a bay and reversing out of the bay. So
Mm-hmm.
they do that. I did it like two times. Then sometimes they will tell you to move. You know that one that they will say move two cars left. But I've even forgotten that that one was in maneuver until this last time when the man took me from the left side, told me to park on the right side of the road. The next thing I was hearing that I should be driving two cars. Meanwhile, when I parked, I didn't move to the side of the curb enough. So when I was reversing, I had to be adjusting my steering so that I was going to get closer to the side of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Then later he now said it's enough. Okay. I said okay. When I got to you know how I knew that I might have passed? Because sometimes when he wants to deliver the bad news, he will just go straight and say I'm sorry, blah
You
blah blah.
you
He
didn't
now
fail
told me he
your
said that my
exam. Sorry, you didn't pass your
he now
driving.
he now told me that my face was looking very worried. I was like, what is all of
Oh,
this
okay,
now?
that's where you know you passed it this time around.
Now I was like this one because the guy is actually nice, and all the times when he feels good. Me, I'm not the kind of person that will
So
say
was
bad
it
things.
wait, so for the five driving exams, was you're saying that it's the same examiner that you used?
No, I did five. Two was the same examiner. Three were the same examiners.
Okay,
Do you
okay,
understand?
okay.
So the first one, this one that passed me especially was
They would
very
have just said,
close.
ah, this is our regular customer.
I'm telling you, no, there are people like that. It's
Yeah,
not
some
everybody
people
that
did
passes.
it 10 times. I'm telling you.
Me, should I tell you what is funny? I actually paid for it 7 times. Reason is that there was one I went and my MOT had expired. I went back home without doing any test.
Oh goodness! Did you not check your
I bought,
MOT? Did you not check it?
they did it for me. Now I bought my car in December and I thought that everything was expiring in December. not knowing that the MOT was expiring on
Oh.
in September. But it was the same month. They just told me to go back home and go and do it. They didn't even give
Okay.
any
That you did it count down as a five because you did not pay for it again now, did you?
No, no, no. It's not that I count it as a five. I did
Mm.
it 5 times because
Okay.
I still went back to do it. I was supposed to do it the fourth time then, so I paid for it again. So I
Mm-hmm.
paid for it. So this last one, I had paid for somewhere else. Intended to use my app to shift, not knowing that they changed the rule. 2 weeks time after shifting, you are
Mm-hmm.
going to be paying not 3 days before or like before. So when I saw because this Thursday kept being available. When I now, well, I think I know why people didn't want to pick that day now. They must have looked at the weather on that day that is poor.
Yeah.
Like,
But you
you
see,
understand?
it actually worked out for you, isn't it?
In short, the two of us that we did it that day, I think the other lady too passed. So they must have thought. But I can speak on dealing with the disappointment very well. So you
Yeah,
see,
honestly, because this is, people don't understand that UK driving license, we're supposed to actually hang it like just like I said, one of those certificates that we have. Some people that just do it and pass like that don't understand. They don't just get it.
maybe because of what people when I go online, I see people that pass on time. I not only the two that did it a fifth time. And she came there to say it's my fifth time. After all the theory is only one that I did it. It's just this practical. So I was like, "Hmm, let me go." Especially when that guy that I did it 7 times, he told me, he said, when you pass. The reason why I did it 7 times is that he brought Nigerian driving. He came with Nigerian driving.
Ah.
And instead of now go and learn from TikTok before going to take the test, he kept doing it on his own. You
Or
understand?
with
We
our
see.
kind with Nigeria's skill.
Yeah. So he now told me that. So when I even saw him, I think I done the test like a third time. I was looking for my fourth one. I was not lamenting on the camera. I'm not. Now told me, he said, he, because when they were doing their own test, they were always available. He
Mm.
said he just did it in a period of like 1 or 2 months. And he did it 7 times. He said, just keep going. Just that I should not bother.
in
That I
my
should
in
just
my
keep.
office at the time, I was in my there's somebody at the time in my office, I can't remember. He told me he did it 10 times. When I came back, do you know the funny thing with the first one I did? Everything was okay. Just that one serious fault, which I know wasn't supposed to. Minor
It's
fault
not,
was like how many? It was just so
you had been
clear.
driving before you went for that test. The best way in this group is actually to have put yourself in that risk situation before you are going to take the test.
Yeah,
Because what happens
yeah,
is
I think so. I think so because I had a friend that was around, so usually we go on the road all the time. You
you
know.
would have built you would have built confidence. But for
Yeah.
someone that is just going into the road, like when they have a TikTok, it's not every day they are going into the road. It's not even like 2 or 3 times in a week. They are only going once in a week or so. The thing is, you need that confidence. You need
Yeah,
that
you need that
confidence. So
confidence. Yeah.
then somebody will now be beside you, watching every move that you are
Because
making.
at the end of the day,
Ah,
sometimes it's not even sometimes the failing on that like that practical aspect is sometimes it's not that you don't have the skill, you don't know. It's just that assumption, that's a self validation. Am I doing it right or not? Why you're in that thought process, you now make a mistake that now leads to the failure.
moreover, the more you drive on the road, the more you see different road situations, and the more you learn what's your reaction to those
My
situations. And then
my
another thing that helped me the last time, you know, I didn't. I called my old tutor to give me 2 extra lessons for this afternoon.
okay.
You know the funny thing, he only did 2 weeks or 3 weeks with me because it was only twice. I paid £50 for the 2 lessons. But the last one it took me, that was the route we actually used. And that route, there's a place I would have missed it when I was doing the independent driving. But
Mm,
because I've now used that route, I can see that the road actually curved. It curved to like the right. The
mm.
road curved to the right. Normally, I would have been confused when I got there. But because I've used Which route have I not even driven
Because you've done it over and over again. You already know.
Yeah. I just feel there.
Mm.
The one that want to put me in trouble is a pedestrian bridge. Thank God, say my friend said, thank God that the pedestrian they are not stepped on the cross.
Oh,
They
you didn't stop.
were just about to, because if they are stepped on the cross, because when you say the pedestrian this you are supposed to catch
Yeah,
the
even
other
if
hand.
even if they are on the other end, Sef, just so your break. That's the
But
rule.
he said the only luck is that the guy said, I'm sure that he was, I'm not going to face this guy for this kind.
And the thing is, maybe since he must have had pity on you that, oh, okay, because if you've not really, for example, you see that first one that they failed me, yeah, I feel that if the guy, the man had actually that pity, like it's not really a pity, but if he actually didn't want to fail, he would have
It's
still
not pity.
passed
It might
me.
be maybe that it's just your first time that you
Yeah,
so
maybe
you
that's
didn't
why.
have
So
like
even if I'm in that your
yeah
position, maybe you would have still failed me. I think if that is your first, maybe this one would have still failed. Because they are looking
yeah
for
you can
reasons.
see
They are looking for
but
reasons.
he has seen also that he took me to the what they call it those who are carried and he could see that my hand is strong because I've been driving using that road very well and to be fair I think if I want to travel to Lincoln now things should be fine. Like it
Yeah.
shouldn't be a difficult
I
thing for
remember
me to do.
my theory. The theory, I was just concentrating on the equations. I didn't do my hazard perception. Because obviously in my head I know now hazards and perception, if you see it and you think it's a danger, you know what to do. So I clearly know what to do, but you need to show that you know what to do in the test. So I didn't practice my hazard perception at all. So I didn't even know that you need to click like 3 times as much as you can. So what I did was during my exam, when I click it once I will leave it. So
Ah,
when I click once, that was what failed me in that my first one. If not, I had a very high score. It was that hazard perception because when I click one, it only give me 1 point. When I was supposed to, like, if I had click, they're giving me like extra points. So all of them I only click once, I only click once. That was what failed my mind.
well,
Oh God.
it is the realization that there is hazard perception that actually made me wait later. And well, you see, everything works together for good because if I didn't wait now, my test would have expired. But I kept postponing that test because I kept postponing it because my hazard perception, I realized like a week to the exam that I didn't even know anything about it. So me, I don't have the mind that you have. I have to practice it very well before I go because I'm not
Honestly,
confident. Even in
honestly,
the test, even in the test self,
that was a mistake.
because
If
me, I was
not, I would have written it
I was
once. I would have done it
I was
once.
expecting to be a cursor that will show the answer in the exam, but I didn't see anything. I was panicking. The woman answered that she will not worry, I should keep clicking. In short, this is what I found out. I found the hazard perception in the exam simpler than the real life
My
situation that
dear, my dear, this is what I'm saying. That one's even say because what I've always said is that part is simple. So I assume it's simple. But
no,
if
that's
you
what
do
they
not
told me.
actually know what to do, like I could see the hazard,
Ah,
I got them correctly. But the only issue is I just click it
you didn't know how
once.
to click it. I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying
I'll
because you
just
didn't
click
practice.
it once on the right spots. So
No.
if I
I,
have clicked it like 3, 4, 5, clicked it the number that is required, I would have gotten it. But that was just
now
the
that we are
reason.
now that I'm
It's
different from you
just
because I will make sure that I do it before I don't have that kind of confidence to do
no.
it in a scrap and
I learned the hard way.
because the moment I realized that I didn't even know that exam that aspect of the exam existed. I just told myself I said no, I'm not doing this exam. But thinking about it now, imagine if I had done it then. Because it took me a long time before I saw a tutor. It would have meant that I would have had to take another theory test. Because from that exam I was supposed to finish in like September, October. I kept postponing it. I kept postponing it.
So are you saying that if you have done that, you wouldn't have passed? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I wouldn't have. No, like, no. That's I might have needed to take another theory by now. You
So yeah,
understand?
So it means that when we are dealing with this our experience, it just means that when we are dealing with rejection and disappointment, sometimes it's not. I think sometimes it's our preparedness, you know, for us to just prepare
Mm.
more, and sometimes it's not preparedness; it's just a circumstance. Rejection sometimes can be the perception of the person that is actually taking the decision about that particular thing, and then that happens. You might be very good in what you're doing. I might be very good in what I'm doing, but if the person taking the decision thinks that no, in that perception is not the
See,
right way.
for this driving, not me, oh, not me, but for this driving,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some people are unfortunate, but that's not in relation to me because every time I failed, I knew I failed.
Yeah,
But my friend narrated something to me about someone. She said that they were failed at the roundabout for undue hesitation. I don't think. So I told her, I said, if that's the only thing the person did, I don't see why that should
undue
translate
hesitation. I mean, that's the
to
thing. That's
a
the
serious
thing.
fault.
That's the
It
thing.
shouldn't be a serious fault. If that was the only thing the person did, oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
even said that that person is like someone that you can vouch for. That the person was
That's
going
the
to
thing.
pass.
So that's the thing. Sometimes it's the perception of people about what you're doing, the perception of the person that is actually taking the
Well,
whole
one thing I
thing.
would say about dealing with rejection and disappointment is that in life you will always be disappointed.
Yeah.
For and we always experience rejection. But the thing is, what you do with what happens to you is what matters. It is not what happens to you.
Yeah.
And I can take it. Maybe that's why when I fail my exams, like my all those, when I failed, I told you, I never cried one day. I did not cry one day
No,
because
you know why
I
my
didn't
my
feel.
the cry that I cried is not like cry. It's like a tear drop in my eye because number one, I needed it to pass my probation.
So now this is the point that I was going to
Needed
that.
it to pass probation. So
So what
if
did
I
I say?
didn't pass it, then it means that I am going to my probation will be extended.
To remain.
And as much
You
as
know that.
so much that I wanted to finish that program that time and get
Mm,
off. So
mm,
at the end of the day, when it had happened, I think I had to rebook it. It was now like the following week that we make that 6 month for probation. I passed it a week before the day. I was just so
oh
lucky.
God. No, you were so lucky, but that's why I don't really. I told someone that I wouldn't have liked to be in that situation because you will be so much under pressure to
Yeah,
pass.
yeah.
And my own is different. I wasn't under any pressure to pass.
I
So
was. I
I
was.
wasn't. Thankfully, my service is not, in short, I'm also working in one of the few services where I can pull that off, like not have a car and be okay and not be under pressure. Do you get? But the only thing I know is that when you are a social worker, sorry, is it just, oh my days?
Mm.
Anyway, when you are practicing when you are in some profession, basically, it's better that you can drive.
I just smiled.
Sorry, no, that
No,
was,
it's
I hope
fine.
that is not just.
It's fine because
When you are in certain, anyway, but it's just common knowledge,
yeah.
generally in the UK. When you are in certain profession, so that you give yourself options or you be more flexible. Let me okay, for instance now, where like myself, there are some things that I can't do because I can't drive. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
There are some opportunities that I can't take because I can't drive.
Uh-huh.
So what was that was what was important to me about passing. And then also, Jesus, you don't know the kind of suffering you suffer when you don't have a car.
They
Simple
walking.
things like
They walking. They walking,
what
eh?
you no, I
You
don't see.
when you're
Walking
going
to
on
my office is
visit, you walk and walk and walk.
walking to my
And
office
then
is
the
not even my own
boxes.
fault.
Anyway, it depends on the service. It depends on your service.
No, you know me, I'm not. That's what I'm trying to explain that. in the nature of my job, they come to my service. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So the working that I work is I'm going to work, I'm coming back from work. It's not like I'm working and now need to be going to different houses in the community. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
Which is different. Uh-huh. But generally, driving just makes your life easier. There's some things I can't do now. Like I can't just wake up and say I want to come to Lincoln on Sunday. And come back on that same Sunday. Because there is, except I want to
You
use
can
the train.
decide.
And
You
even
can decide to even go to a different city, that Lincoln, and still come back within 3 hours,
that's
depending
what I'm
on where
trying to
you're
say.
going.
Even the train coming to this town from Lincoln. You
You
know when
only
it
the
is.
time that you will spend waiting for the train alone.
Yeah. And then it's time bound. You get it goes by. I think the last one goes by 5 something or something. Basically, you just don't have any flexibility. So I'm so tired. You get I'm so
Yeah.
tired, and sometimes you even get some insult because you are not driving and you are depending on some people to help you take it to drive. Do you understand?
See,
So
driving makes life easier, especially my
in my
kind of
question,
job. Oh.
I've been
The
trying to
current,
get my own process.
you know that I've even changed service as well. So especially my kind of job, driving, driving is my bread and butter. Oh. Imagine when you have emergency, you need to be here at so time. How would you get
Who
there?
told you to drive like that?
Ah,
Who told
no.
me to drive like that? I'm not driving like. Well, basically, I was just too happy when I passed. But
First
when
of
you're
all,
talking about rejection,
congratulations. So, what would you say? What was the thing? How did you deal with rejection and disappointments? How did you deal
oh,
with when you were going through all
in
of
this
that emotional rush and all? How did you handle it?
in, in this life, you just have to train your mind to think about. Number one, I look at people. That's what I was trying to explain to you that I go on TikTok a lot. I see people that will say we pass first time. Some will say we pass second time. Some
Mm-hmm.
third time. Some fourth. Some fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's time is different. Have that understanding that, and then be positive minded. But I'm not going to say that I was really absolutely positive minded. I'll just say that you need to be resilient. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
resilience in the sense that if you thought you were going to pass the first time, a second time you didn't pass, a third time you didn't pass. Don't say because I didn't pass a third time, I'm not going to keep going. You just need to learn to keep going. That's resilience. Where are you?
I'm here.
Okay, I said that's resilience. Then you need to be positive minded. Positive minded, like train your mind to look at the other people that achieved that thing. Like now, me, by the time I was coming to my fort, the thing I kept telling myself, I kept telling myself that I bet some say they passed the second time. If they continued going after failing and they continued going and they were able to pass the 7 times, there's no reason why that I'm just on my third, should stop. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, and then
I'm on the
also
call
practice.
later.
Practice.
Okay.
Don't get tired of
Give
practicing.
me 10 minutes.
Don't get tired of. Don't get tired of
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear
trying to
you.
examine. Don't get tired
No.
of
Wait.
finding. Oh my God.
I'm here.
Don't
Sorry.
get tired of. No, so don't get tired of trying to. I think you've said it also before, of trying to understand the reason why you have not passed, and keep improving, keep making progress. That's what I tell myself. Sometimes when I've failed, I will tell myself that I am not where I used to be in February with my driving. I know that. I say that to myself very well. That I know that I have improved. And instead of you looking at that thing as failure, see it as progress. Progress in the sense that there was a time you could never take yourself to the test center to say, I wanted to attempt this test. Do you get? But
Yeah.
now you are taking yourself, so you need to change the narrative in your head. Before you could not go there, but now you can go there, although you have not passed. That is progress. Whether you like it or not, the definition of progress is not being stagnant.
Yeah.
If you were not able to attempt an exam before, but that's what I kept telling myself. Oh, it's not like I will be happy afterwards. And then again, like when I hear other people's testimony that I passed the fifth time, I've not seen many I passed the sixth time though. As in, or whatever it is. I
Mine
saw the
mine
person.
was emotional rush. My examiner had to take me home because at the time we want to start our driving. I always go to
Mm,
their home. So when I go home, the wife had to now, she went to get me a cold drink. She told me, just take. They offered me a seat. I sat in their garden. The daughter came out and
mm,
told me I passed the second time. His wife came out and
mm,
told me I passed the second time. I was like, okay, does it mean I will pass the second time? They said no, they don't know, but they are hoping so. When I finally passed the second time, the husband
mm.
called the wife. She did it. Like they were genuinely happy for me because I broke down. I really broke down. And part of what I told him was, if I don't get it the second time around, I don't know. And it's not like it's end of
I
the road,
understand
but
where
I
you were.
don't want that extension on probation. I didn't want it.
Mm. No, I understand where you were with your own, but that wasn't my case. I didn't have anything like probation extension chasing me because I passed my probation 3 months into working in myself. Although you also know the story that followed, but it didn't have anything to do with driving. So I wasn't. Maybe that also helped me because I know that it wasn't hinged on my job. Like I didn't need to pass, but also we need to keep progressing.
Yeah.
As we need to keep improving our.
So basically, it's resilience. Keep pushing. Keep a positive
Being
mind.
positive.
And
Yes.
that positive mind
And
sometimes is not always positive because we are human. You can be tried, but
no,
there's no tough time that lasts forever. Basically, so dealing
yeah,
with
and
it
when you
is
are feeling like that, what you can do is, you see, the good thing about internet is that you can, like myself, like I said, I try to look for examples of people that are trying to get what I want to, they are trying to achieve what I want to achieve,
mm,
and their path seems like mine. So someone that says I did it a fifth time now,
mm-hmm,
that means they are walking the same path that you have walked.
mm-hmm.
You will not now start looking at someone that passed it
The
once.
first time,
You can
yeah.
also look at someone that passed it once and say, what did they do? But I know what most of them did. What most of them did is that they were doing independent driving.
Mm,
Some they were doing it right, some were not doing it right.
no.
So so long as, and I knew that I could not emulate the ones that were not doing it right.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just needed to continue at my pace. Let me tell you how bad it is. It is everyone that knows me in this town that knows that I'm like one of the few people that was compliant with the law in this country. Like when I expect one girl when I told her that I passed, she was like, the only polite Lara that, like, because they know that I will not take my car out. Like some of them are doing that. Do you understand? But I won't do that.
Yeah,
So
and also part of the way to deal with it is doing it the right way, and yeah, isn't it? Because that's part of the things we learn from you from your own experience, doing it the right way.
my own, that is my own personal story and journey. I try to know that what I just know is that I had to work on my mind because I'm not exactly a very positive minded person.
Excuse me.
Then there
Mm-hmm.
was another person that were doing it, that we were doing it together, that inspired me. I didn't know that they had done it the fourth time when they failed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So when the person now passed, the person now said, "This is my fifth time." So that was when I knew that it was their fifth time. They were not even counting it for themselves as if it was anything huge. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Don't make things look too serious. Like, trivialize those things, because when you
Yeah.
make them look serious, at the end of the day, that's when you will not pass, because you now start thinking, I'm taking this test this number of times.
Mm.
I'm not going for, like, do you understand? I
Mm.
feel discouraged. And the thing is, even if you feel discouraged, you can allow that discouragement to sit with you 1 or 2 days. Get out of it. Get out of it. Keep reading. I mean, if another thing, once you fail your test, okay, so let me tell you my own journey. When I first started failing my test, they failed me for approaching speed progress because I was doing 30 or 40, one stupid this thing on dual carriage wheel. And then I also, they said I cut corners when I wanted to turn into the driving test center. When I was turning right, I've never repeated that cutting corners mistake. And the approaching speed progress was going to still come in because that one has to do a lot with confidence and being able to change, to recognize the road.
And it was it manual you used?
I was doing automatic programming. So
Okay.
the approaching speed progress, I was getting that a lot at the time. That was my second and third test. They were primarily more of approaching speed progress. And then, so that guy, God forgive me, that guy, the third one that I took, that guy annoyed me. He was going to fail me for approaching speed progress before. And I now gave him the opportunity. I missed to signal right at a roundabout or something. But I saw that even if I didn't miss that, he had put my approaching speed progress at 6 and was already going to fail me for it because once you have a fault that's more than 5, one fault more than 5, you will fail. So that one, I thought that I felt like he was just looking for opportunity to.
Was this last person that you think was looking for an
No, not
opportunity?
this last person. That was the person that took my second and third one.
Okay.
So when I now did this fourth one, when I had three this thing, is it not discouraging? 3 serious faults, which I had never even had. So I now told myself, I looked at all the faults, partitioning. I was like, it's not like they're a normal fault. It's not like something that I do every time. I'll still go and do this test on the 20th because I will just try not to repeat them again and hope that I don't have
In all the serious faults you've had, have you ever repeated any of them in another test?
The only one is the one that I could not help, which is approaching speed progress. Because it's not like I don't know how to explain.
What do they mean by approach? Is this for you like when you get to a point when it's like knowing when you should reduce speed and when you should increase speed?
A road is 30. So the road is changing from 20 to 30.
Mm-hmm.
They want me to go into 30, but I'm going into like a 25.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and to be fair, my car's gauging is 4. So when it's doing 25, it's actually going to be like 22.
Okay.
Do you understand? When I am seeing 25, it's not doing 25. It will be doing like 22 because when I pass by all those things that read your
all I can say is congratulations. I'm clapping for you. Honestly, you did it, girl. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. But honestly, no, you passed your theory before I did. You passed it because I know when you pass it, you're not judging me. You're the one judging me. You better go and do it. Go and finally I went to go and do it. I failed the first one.
So that'll be the last.
But at the end of the day, we all got there.
The thing is, when somebody started giving me an example of people that passed the class,
I know, come to think of it, as I'm talking about this thing now that we all got there. This whole breeze that is everywhere, that breeze. This breeze that is everywhere. One day to also use the word we all got there at the end. So it's just like a passive word that was dropped in my spirit right now. So rejection and dealing with rejection and disappointments, honestly, I think it's more about just be focused. Just focus. If you didn't, don't just give up. Don't just give up.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't just give up.
I did not even see myself as possible when I went.
Don't just give up. That's the thing. That's the word. Don't just give up. It's either you win or you win. There are two things that would happen. It's either you win or you win. So the only thing is, if you don't win like this, you try it again, and keep a positive mindset. It's not going to be easy sometimes because there's something I notice when sometimes people are going through, when we are going through some tough time, some people find it very hard to pray. Some people find it hard to even cry. Some people find it hard, like there are different levels of hardness, I would say. But at the end of the day, they still find their feet. because there's something I believe, and even I'm a Christian, so there's something I believe, and the Word of God even said it, that He will never allow a temptation that is bigger than us to come to us. So if it
Mm.
comes our way, just know that there is always a way, and it's
Always.
just about for us to keep pushing, keep just doing what we have to do, keep that positivity, keep that mindset, even when it is hard. And let's just use the
Mm.
hardness, look for other ways to take care of our well being, and then we forge ahead. Really, that's
Mm.
it.
Mm.
That's it, really.
Mm.
That's it.
Mm.
At least, it didn't really, today's program, it didn't really go the direction, the usual conventional way we do it, but sharing our own life stories
More,
around dealing with
but we still
disappointment is
touched
really,
on the thing.
yeah,
Rejection and disappointment,
yeah,
which is part of life.
and yeah, and it's just I think that this is even the best way to talk about it, because we just use our personal experience to
Oh.
reflect on it and
Yeah,
how
like
we are able.
what kept me going? Although I didn't do mine 7 times. When that person told me 7 times, see, it's not like you want to do it a 7 time, but I feel like when you listen to people like that, it gives you the
It
courage
gives
to
you
keep
the
going.
courage.
That they didn't stop. It's just that
It gives you
instead
the
of me to now be
courage.
looking at him that like, why did you do it a 7 time? I was not even in my mind. I was not looking at that person like, this person you tried though, and you didn't give up, and he was doing it back to back. Maybe the thing is, he might have needed it for a job. But there are different reasons why people need license in this country. So I feel
Yeah.
like it might have been under pressure to have it on time. So, but when he said 7 times, and he said it where all of us, and he normalized it. It didn't make it look like I'm daft or I should have got. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the attitude. One thing I've just found out about life generally is that attitude and perception, they
Yeah.
really, really matter. The
Yeah.
attitude, the way he said it. And he just told me, my sister, keep going, keep going. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't make me feel bad because that third time I started feeling bad by the third time. But it just told me, keep going. That's the only way. That he did his own very, very fast. And it was back to back and he passed
And
it.
as I said, I
So
don't want
I
to
was
talk
like,
about another person here, because I don't know if they want to share it, but to keep it neutral, someone just felt like immediately immediately fail him, he will come back and then rebook the next available one. You know, if you go to the road to
oh,
go,
that's what I do now. Don't you
and
know?
then repeat
That's
it
what
like
I
that
do.
until until I had to advise, can you just take this thing? My driving instructor is good. He is really good. Why not just go and do just immediately? I showed the person sent me those faults that the examiner marked.
That they give you
And
out.
immediately my immediately my instructor saw it. He just said, "This person needs the like kind of coaching," and it was just 2 hours,
Mm,
2 times, and then he went back
mm,
and he passed it. It's not like you can try, but you just those skills that they look out for to
mm,
pass you in your
mm.
driving test. Those are the things.
Also, with
Those are the things.
anxiety, I
Yeah.
think I have mentioned that part. So, for people that are anxious, you need to really try to calm your nerves. That's part of my own problem. Though, though it didn't really show up much, but there was a one I did. I could hear my own heart beating as we were driving. My heart was beating. Thump, thump, thump,
Honestly,
thump.
nobody will go through
I'm
it.
very
I will
sure.
not. Their heart will not beat. There's nobody that will go through it and their heart will not beat.
No.
Nobody.
Anxiety is different for different people. Oh. And it too. Don't be so It's
No,
different for different.
I understand what you mean, no, but honestly, it's I just feel it's the same.
Ah,
No.
but you're right. So for some, basically, what I also is that some people they don't really need to
To
do
tell
it
you
so
how
many times.
confident I
Just like
was that first time, immediately I came out of the driving center. There is a road by the right that we need to enter. Immediately I enter it, look at one big truck just standing
mm-hmm.
behind, like I was literally behind the truck. And to also tell you how confident I was how I was able to like safely overtake that truck, because the road was clear. Then I needed to do all that, look in the mirror, navigate, all blah blah blah, and then over I overtook the truck. To tell you how confident it was, he commended it. You just see, that once, I just feel like no, I till tomorrow,
Imagine
nothing will
now.
change my mind on
That's
that
what I'm
first
saying.
test.
That test is
Nothing will change my
subjective.
mind on that first test. Nothing.
That test is subjective. Sometimes it depends on the mark, on the person.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
there are some aspects of it. Not everything. Like the ones that I failed, I know what I failed, but some aspect of it, it will look like another person can actually pass someone.
yeah. I
Like
just
you
feel that
can
that
read it.
particular one, if the driving examiner was different, because that particular one
Exactly.
was it was purely perspective because another person would
Mm.
have seen it and said, no, 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 it's not because of that. Because you took someone to the M1 road, M1, you know, that road when you are leading to London.
Mm.
Ahem.
I don't know
One
that
of
road.
those roads that connect to those M1, M2 roads that leads to London and to,
Mm.
yeah, all those major roads, and
Mm.
you still took you to the A1 road. And it's just
Mm.
because of one small tiny this in a village. I understand. I'm not
I
minimizing it.
feel okay.
I am
See,
not
my thing
minimizing
is,
it, but it's really valid. So all of that just made me feel like, okay, that is it. I just
I
nothing
feel
will
your
change my
pain.
past. Nothing will change my mind regarding that very test. Nothing.
I feel your pain. But my own case,
I
every
just
time I feel that I've had at least two. I think it's only once that I had one fault.
yeah,
No, every time I failed, I've had two faults. So there's no saying that if
yeah,
this did not
yeah.
happen, I would have passed. So
Oh,
I think as a well, I understand your own point very well.
yeah.
But you've passed it.
I've
You
passed it
understand?
though.
And
I've passed it. Lara,
so
let's just end the live, Jaren. We will just
oh, it's
do
good
another
now.
one.
I mean, it's okay now. She still one hour. Abi?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
it's
1 hour, just so that so that at least you come back next week. So you come back
good.
next week. Oh.
No, no, like this. No, next week. Will I come back next week? You are
Anyway,
not
we
going to
will
say.
talk off online. Yeah.
Uh,
All right then. Thank
all
you
right.
everyone for joining. Thank you so much. I really
Yes,
really
I think
appreciate